Alright guys, what's going on?
At other places.
So what we got here is the RCR modified Virtus extra long stroke 7-port. Okay, so the head. Alright, let's take a look at it real quick. Let's start with the crank. I always want to take my modified engines apart when I get them back, just to be sure that they're clean, put it back together. So what we have here is a filled crank. He opened up the window a bit for the timing. Did some work there on the crank hole. Hang on, my camera's screwing around. You can see right there. Alright, so there's the crank, the head button, nothing on that, just the head button. So this has less than a gallon, about 3 quarts. You can see a tiny bit of caramelization on there already. So whenever you have an engine modified, you can break an engine in and send it to be modified, but I don't think you'd really want it more than a gallon. So this one had less than a gallon, about 3 quarts right after break-in. See a little caramelization on the top there. Damn camera. This was already a lapped piston from the factory. Has that team edition head in it. And then our sleeve. A lot of work on the sleeve. Almost looks exactly like the Elasi, what the Elasi one looked like. If you go back and look at the video I did when I tore down the Elasi, looks very similar as far as the fang work and the way that this one has been modified. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of fang work per se. There's a little bit here, but I don't know, that might even be factory right there. So all this was opened up. All these here. Exhaust port. Looks good. But always take them apart just to make sure that there's no residual metal shavings or anything like that. It's beautiful. I don't think really anything with the back plate. Hang on people, I'll be right back with you. I want to listen to this real quick. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I like to watch some of this 5th scale stuff because I'm still learning a lot about 5th scale. And that's the man to learn from right there. Shout out Mr. Bodegel. All right, guys, so where were we? The back plate, nothing really on the back plate, nothing really in the block. No, that's pretty much it. So, hi, sweetie, what are you doing? What's up? Your dinner ready? All right, so anyway, guys, what we'll probably do on this is we'll probably install ceramic bearings. We still have the steel bearings in here, and I think I want to go ahead and do the ceramic ones. I already have a set for it, so we'll probably do that before we fire it up. All right, so anyway, guys, that's about it for that. Let's check out the other goodie that I got real quick, and then I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna put it back together, and then it's going to be put in the 8XT. So we're gonna push that Vertus in here, and probably the Techno is going to be next. I do want to run this Rex Legend. We're still breaking it in. This is the refreshed one with the ceramic bearings, brand new piston, sleeve, and conrod. So I'm still working on it, and we'll get it ripping. I also did a lot of work on the Woogie Nitro ramps behind the barn here. It kept, if you noticed in that last bash video with the Techno, it kept bouncing off of the there you go. Yeah, it kept bouncing off of the ramp because there's too much of a hump. So we removed some of it and we brought it to where it's tabletop, and then it bears down like that. So it should be a lot better. We could probably get a lot of good air coming from the opposite direction as well. So getting excited about that. We're going to do some ripping and hitting the ramps, but definitely going to put this in the 8XT. See what this modified, it was badass just stock, but modified, this thing is going to be a beast. And this is the same engine as the Lrp, and the Lrp is factory modded. If you look at it, the sleeve is pretty much identical on the mod that Lance at RCR did, that Daniel Lrp did on that. The only thing that's not done on that one is the crank, which is a lot of your power there. The sleeve mod is good for, you know, a race mod, fuel consumption and stuff like that. So let's take a look at what else we got here. I'm gonna put y'all in here real quick. All right, hopefully y'all can still hear me okay. So we'll show y'all when I take the sleeve out of the block to get the piston out. This is what I use. This is a 3/16 nylon rope right here. Good stuff right here to use. Something non-abrasive. Some people will use zip ties, things like that, but I use a piece of 3/16 nylon braided rope to get my sleeve out. And generally what I do is, if I don't have the flywheel and clutch on it, I'll just put a screw in the end of the crank and then crank on it a little bit to get it out, and then you can just hold the crank pin to back it out. So that's what I use there. Let's take a look, see what else we got real quick. So this item here, this right here is an old school LRP. It is the Z28R Spec 3 Truggy. So it's .28. Very few .28s out there, guys. I was very fortunate to pick this up. Paid 180 bucks for it, and it's going to be shipped directly over to Lance at RCR. Alright guys, so let me pause that so we can finish this real quick. So let's check it out. Typical LRP advertisements, a lot of stuff that's not even around anymore. If you guys can see okay. Let's check out this advertisement real quick. Lrp Mini Catalog. You know, Lrp does a lot of brushless stuff, a lot of brushless motors, ESCs. Never used one. Let's see what else they got in here. And it's all electric in here. Here we go. Buggy power, monster power. There you go, right there.
Dinner.
Thank you, sweetie.
Welcome.
So dinner's here, guys. I'm gonna pause this for a minute and probably we'll get back at this. And they had flywheels, 3-shoe clutches. Looks like 4-shoe clutches. No, 3-shoe LRP 3-shoe clutches. They had LRP pipes, headers. I don't know if they still have that stuff now. Maybe. There's not even any advertisement for the Lrp 32. Had a bump box, kind of like the Racer's Edge one right there. Tires. And they had everything, man. Tires. And then back to electric. And they even have LRP paint. Crazy. Alright guys, so let me go throw down a munch, man. Some beautiful roast, mashed potatoes, green beans, and some crescent rolls. So let me go throw a munch. We'll be back here in a few minutes. We'll go over this LRP. See you in a sec. Alright guys, that was tasty. So we're back. Let's finish opening this up. And what we're gonna do is already got the Vertus all cleaned up and put back together. There's been a little bit of a lapse in between the two videos there, but this is ready to go. We're going to be cleaning up the Triton pipe and header and putting it on there, and we're going to put it in the 8XT. So let's finish taking a look at what we got here in this LRP box. Comes with a collet. It's an LRP collet. I won't even use it. You know, I run only low-C clutches. It comes with a couple of aluminum Venturis. Comes with a 8.5 right here. And it also comes with a 7.5 Venturi. So we'll never use either one of these as well, because I have a brand new milled, modified Novorossi carburetor for it that we're going to be putting on the LRP after it gets back from being modded. Alright, and then also in the box you got the stickers and the exploded view and all that. Y'all know about all that stuff. So let's take a look at this beautiful engine, man. You cannot get this engine anymore. Part of the reason I want to get it modified, because I want it to be the best that it can possibly be. From a basher standpoint anyway. You guys see good? Alright, so brand new. Still has the seal on it. There were 2 of these. I think Muggy got the other one. But Muggy got his a lot sooner than me. Mine got lost in the mail. It sat at Dallas distribution center for about 10 days. And then it sat here at my post office for about 5 days or so. You guys can see good. About 5 days or so. So I went to the post office this morning, and I was gonna pull it up because it said it was there, see if they give it to me. As I'm pulling in the post office parking lot, my phone alerts me that it's out for delivery. So we got both of these engines back. We are picking up a couple of more 28s that I found out there, brand new .28s. Not gonna let the cat out of the bag right now, but they will be coming, as well as a couple of other items. So I am going to crack this open for you guys, and we're going to take a look at it here in a few minutes. So I really don't even need to take this sticker off right now. It does say Truggy on it, Spec 3. It's kind of hard because of the stickers on there, and I'm pretty sure there's a glow plug in here. You know the LRPs run only standard glow plugs. I have the LRP 30 ZR30 as well. Doesn't have a carburetor in it right now, but there's the 30 ZR30. The .28, the blue's a lot bluer. This one is more of the color that the .32 is. And this is also a Spec, I don't know if it's Spec 2 or Spec 3, but this one is a Spec 3 .28. And I do have 3 LRP .32s, one of them, as y'all know, modded. So give me a few minutes and we're gonna have my 4th LRP X-Tech carburetor that I won't use, all brand new. So let me go ahead and crack this thing apart, and we're gonna take a look at what it looks like, see if there's any burrs on the sleeve, anything like that. And then we'll talk about a few other things. So before I do that, I wanted to show you all this real quick. So I went to get some shims, some clutch bell shims. You know, the 5x8 millimeter shims that we use to shim your clutch bell. And my hobby shop owner, shout out Elliot, shout out Patrick, Doug, Phil, all you guys over there. But Traxxas actually makes these right here. They are what are they called? Ptfe coated washers. So these are actually steel washers that are coated, and they're really good. He told me to use them with the steel ones. So you know, if you put, you know, one of these behind, they're a little bit thicker, so if you put one behind the large inner bearing in the low-C clutch, and then you put usually one on the end of the clutch nut, you know, the nut, that the end nut, not the clutch nut, but the fastener, the one that keeps it, this one right here. So usually you just need one here, and then one on the maybe one of these coated ones and one regular washer, and that's all you really need. But these are actually steel washers, they're just coated, so they're supposed to be really good. I picked up a couple of packages of them. They are a Traxxas product. They're only $2 for all these washers, so picked up a couple of packs of those. We'll be using them when we put this clutch bell on. And yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. So give me a few minutes, guys, and we're gonna work on getting this thing broken down and taking a look at the internals of this, mainly for my own record, you know, so I can see what it looked like before I sent it off to RCR, and then we'll crack it open again when we get back just to clean it up. We'll take another look at it for sure. So all right, guys, shout out Smith RCs, man. Hope everything's going good in your new home there in Houston. And then badass Bartolone engines right there, BR40s. Hell yeah, Gary, Foundry RC, shout out. A lot of real brothers in this hobby, man. People that don't try to stab people in the back and stuff like that, man. Bunch of good guys there. A lot of y'all out there, new guys in the hobby, y'all need to look up people like Gary, Foundry RC, John Bodegel, Smith RC if you're into fifth scale. There's a lot of other guys. Jason's RC Garage, I think it is, man. Really cool guy. Nitro and man, that's beautiful. And fifth scale. Very nice, man. Anyway, so that's about it, guys. We'll be back here in a few minutes. Gonna do some other stuff. We'll break down this engine. We'll take a look at it. Give me a few. Peace. All right, guys, we're back. So just chilling, watching a little bit of RC Max, Detroit Performance, catching up on more fifth scale stuff. So let's go over this real quick. I actually pulled down the sleeve out of the old sleeve from the 28.8, the Rex that I put the new sleeve in, and the conrod and piston and all that stuff. I'm not going to pull the piston out of this one. I'm going to leave that up to Lance. It's pretty tight in there, so I'm going to leave it to the professional to get it out. You know, I don't have a lot of problems getting pistons off of the ends of the cranks, and I know there's some tricks that you can use using a zip tie and stuff like that, but I'm just not going to mess with it. We'll leave it in there. But what you guys see here, and they open up the ends of those cranks big time. I don't know if y'all can see in there, but I'm gonna leave that up to Lance, let him get that out. We're actually gonna put ceramic bearings in this as well, and let's check out the sleeve on it. So here's the sleeve. It's got some fangs on it. This is stock. Remember, we're looking at this, we're going to see how it comes back from RCR compared to stock. It's a little bit jagged, typical LRP there. Not too bad though, but a little bit jagged. Look at that exhaust port, man. It's ginormous. I'm going to show y'all compared to the Rex Legend exhaust port here. Let's see if we can do it like this. I know it's two different engines. One's a 28.8 Rex Legend and one's an LRP. But the LRP exhaust port right here is much bigger than the Rex there. It's apples and oranges though, guys. You can see the fangs on it already here. The Rex has no fangs. Stock. But you can just tell the quality of the metals from LRP compared to even Novorossi, which Novorossi is not a high-end engine by any means. They're built well and they tune well. The carburetors are some of the best carburetors on the market as far as tunability. That's why I love them so much, because they're easy to tune. But And I do have an Adam Drake OS, which I've got some videos a while back of me running it. I won't run it anymore. It's still up there in the box. I am kicking around the idea of picking up another brand new Adam Drake. We'll see. Tower Hobbies has them right now. They're around 600 bucks. A lot of money compared to a Nova, though. And I'm not even a racer, so that's why I'm not you know, rushing to get one. But anyway, guys, just so y'all can see how it looks now, it is a little burry, man. It's a little jagged. Not as bad as my LRP was, though. So the button, now these buttons don't come like the Nova Rossi where they have the marking on the rear. So on all my LRPs, I always just put a little mark right here on the top where the exhaust port goes here. Not sure if it makes that much of a difference on these LRPs, but most engines have, you know, indicators to show you where the exhaust port is. Here's the back plate, coated. Back plate's coated here. I don't know what it's coated with, but it is coated. So it's just a typical LRP, guys. But you won't find this nitro engine brand new anywhere. So kind of a dinosaur, but pretty cool to have a brand new one. I had the ZR30 and plenty of 32s, but I never had a 28 and always wanted one. And it is specific Spec 3 truggy. So we'll see what it looks like when it gets back from RCR. Alright, guys, I think that's going to be about it. I think that's all that I wanted to really go over with you guys. And remember, you know, the hobby's supposed to be fun. Keep it fun. Do what you can in the hobby. Do what you can to progress the hobby. But the main thing is just have fun for yourself. If you have the ability to show things to other people that you're doing, and it helps people along the way, that's great, man. But just do your own thing. Don't worry about other people, how they act. A lot of childish people out there. But that's, you know, that's their problem. No worries, man. Just live life. There's a lot more stuff that's so much more important than this. You know, your family, your children, that type of stuff. Take care of them. That's important. Don't let the hobby and people in this hobby get you down to a point to where, you know, you want to quit or something like that. Just keep pressing on. If you have issues tuning your nitro engines, things like that, look up some videos of some of these reputable people who have laid the groundwork, you know, for, especially if you're a basher, for the bashers. And I speak mainly for the bashers because that's what I am. I don't race. I have no real interest in racing, to be honest with you. Yeah, it'd be cool a few times to go out and hit the track, and I have been on the track. I've actually got a video that shows me at the track, and I did run that track before they closed it down, but it was just a bad day at the track. So, but anyway, I just don't have any interest in it. I don't have the time either. If my work slowed up a little bit and I was able to dedicate myself to it, but I don't ever put myself half-heartedly into something or do something halfway or half-ass. It just doesn't work that way for me, man. I need to be able to enjoy this hobby wholeheartedly, and this is how I do it, people. So, and I love it, and I won't change. It won't change me. I'm not going anywhere. A lot of these creeps out here doing stupid childish stuff, and that's all they are, just a bunch of kids trying to bring people down. So don't worry about it. I won't worry about it. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna let you guys see this when we get it back from RCR, and that's about it, man. So remember, guys, treat people though. Sorry, man, I've been like, allergies are driving me crazy. That's why my nose sounds all stopped up and stuff. But no worries, guys. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and do your own thing, man. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.